Or what is the climate in your concept right now, in your opinion?
I think for many people, especially city dwellers, it's a state of constant, total paranoia.
I can see that, definitely. Is there any advice, just from your own life experience, that you would like to give to people in order to be fluid, in order to counteract what is happening, in order to counteract the paranoia?
Well, the problem is that, as I understand it, paranoia is defined as an irrational fear. But what if the paranoia is real?
Mm-hmm.
Then you just cope with it.
Have you ever been hassled on the road during tours before the Miami thing came up?
I was busted once in New Haven, Connecticut during a concert. Other than that, I haven't noticed it. But when you're traveling with a band, they usually give you, I don't know, many people have had hassles, but we're a pretty sedate group. No dopers or sex maniacs, anything like that. So we haven't really run up against too much harassment.
No dopers at all in the group?
No.
Have any of you ever been involved in the dope scene at all?
Maybe in the younger days, but not
anything you could busted for now.
Not these days.
Groups like the Stooges and Alice Cooper.
I haven't heard them, and I've just read a few things about them. Sounds great. I like people that shake other people up and kind of make them uncomfortable.
Well, wasn't this the whole theory of eventually of what your press turned you into? Was somebody who was supposed to be an earth shaker, somebody who shook everybody up? Well, this is true. But eventually the press made it such a monumental thing that it was more the image than the person who was up there performing.
Well, actually, I always liked all the things I read. You know, of course it was about me, so you're most interested in yourself and people you know.
Right.
But they were concentrating on my progenitive organ too much and weren't paying attention to the fact that I was a fairly healthy young male specimen who also had other than, you know, your usual arms and legs and ribs and thorax and eyes and nose and all that, but a cerebellum and
phalanges.
Yeah, just, you know, you're completely equipped human being.
They were ignoring the head.
With the head, and there are other things too.
Can you say a bit more about what you said, blues? Is that really new to you?
No, that's what I think I said in here that's what I was hoping this album would turn out to be, because it's what we do best, I think. Peter, excuse me for not getting up. I got a bad leg. Nice to meet you, man. No, it's just, to me, that's what we do best. That's what I enjoy singing the most. So this album is turning out, we're using Elvis's bass player on bass. His name's Jerry. Damn it, I forget his last name. You can find out easy enough. Oh, I thought it was Sage. Getting awful. So, you can find out his
You're using
last
Elvis's
name.
bass player for the whole thing?
Yeah, just about. And we, for the first time, we recorded it at our office where we rehearse, and the boards upstairs. We're using the same engineer that we use on the other records, Bruce Botnick.
Yeah.
But we're not using Paul Rothschild on this one. It was kind of a mutual, just figured it was time to take different
Who's producing
roads.
it?
I guess we'll co-produce it with Bruce. I don't know what the credits will be. But it's really, because he's a young guy and he's very, very easy to work with.
Well, you yourself, of course, like over the course of 5, 6 albums, have become aware enough to really produce your own music. You know, I mean, to be able to make the same judgments as Paul did before.
I guess we could have sooner, but we just never, we were too busy to think about it, you know.
Yeah. Is it more assuring to just have an extra ear in the studio?
I could never produce anyone because I don't have the patience for it. I think that's the main thing is who's ever producing or engineering has to have incredible patience just to sit there for hour after hour after hour.
Yeah.
Like you can get up for a while, for a few hours, and split and come back and all that, but he's got to be there all the time. And it's,
With Morrison Hotel, you were definitely making some kind of a bow to old-time rock and roll. Now you're talking about a particular try this facet of music, or is it more honest, or is it more sincere and natural?
well, when we used to play in clubs, I'd say over half of what we did was blues. And we used our own material on records, but I think the most exciting things we did were basic blues things. I like them because they're fun to sing.
Who's writing the music, or are you picking out
No,
those numbers?
we may use a few old ones, but we're mainly doing original blues, if there's such a thing. I mean, all the lyrics are original. We may do a few old ones.
So what kind of schedule do you have right now? Do you have a definite tour thing you want to set up soon? Or?
No, we're kind of off playing concerts. Somehow, no one enjoys the big places anymore. And to go into clubs for more than just a night every now and then, just to have fun, it's kind of meaningless, really. So I think we'll do a couple more albums, and then everyone will probably, for a while, get into their own things. I think each guy in the band has certain projects that they want to do more independently.